me show you what you're looking at here whenever you're out here checking out these dirt roads. This road right here actually used to be a road many years ago. Then it changed into a quad trail, like a Jeep trail. And then just last year they redid it as a road because they have like a gas well they tender back there, something like that. There's a marshy section right there, but I mean these are actual dirt roads. There's my truck. But anyway, intersection here. Get down low and you'll find some coyote tracks. I apologize if I'm moving quickly. There's some rain coming, but so I know that in this area there's coyotes working right down the road. And I have to admit, this is the second time that I recorded this video. I recorded it yesterday and somehow I deleted all the footage. So I'm running back out here with my truck to show you. But these coyotes, these bobcats, these fox, they like to run down these roads. You know, there's not a lot of people around here. It's an easy place for them to run, and they can find free meals. Just a lot of these puddles in the middle of the road, they've got frogs in them. And yesterday I found a wounded bird right off the side of the road. Not really sure how it got wounded, but all these different trails meet in this one area. A lot of people take UTVs, quads, all these things. So this intersection will probably be a good section to trap. Now I'm not going to trap right off the side of the road because I don't want anybody to see that animal, but I could go up this road and check these fields up there and find better sign. But just as a quick way to check, to find an area where there's coyotes, this is a great way to do it. If you're not finding scat when you're going down these roads, just go to any section where there's a little bit of mud where you think you could see some tracks. So if I come over here and look, these ones got longer toes, so you're looking at your possum, your coon, your skunk, those kind of tracks. So you got those kind of critters working this area. Let me see if I can find something a little bit more interesting. What do we got here? I got some deer. All right, a little bit of a bummer, but right here, there was old scat and then scat that looked like it happened 2 nights ago, yesterday when I made this recording. So there's 2 different piles of scat that's right here. This land right here I can trap. So I'm not going to set a trap right off the side of the road, but I will, whenever it gets closer to season, I will walk up in here and walk around and try to find some more sign. And if I can, then I can set those traps, and this will be an easy place to check. I can park my truck right here, maybe walk just 100 yards, check a couple traps, a couple old barns up here on Coal Company that might hold some critters. So this would probably be a really good spot to go trap, and it's off the beaten path. So that's what checking these roads really helps you find. Another good tip I can give to you for trapping is just simply use your own eyeballs. So right here out in this field, I don't know how well you can see it, but there is a fence line that runs right through this field. And this is an area that I am not allowed to trap in, but I have seen coyotes working that fence early in the morning on my way to work. I am allowed to trap on this side of the road. So I'm going to put a clip in here so you can see it, but I caught 2 coyotes just from simply knowing that coyotes run that fence line and cross the road right there. I went on the other side, found some sign, said I caught 1 in the cable restraint and 1 in the foothold. So I'll show you both them from last season. And this year, whenever it gets closer to season, I'll be checking up there again for sign to see if there's another good spot. That field that I was driving through actually it didn't get cut. So if it doesn't get cut this year, it might be a great field for cable restraints. So we'll have to see. This will be the last time I mentioned it. I deleted a bunch of footage. Last time I mentioned it, deleted a bunch of footage. And I just wanted to throw in some things that I think will make it easier for you. The reason why I'm scouting from the road, it's not because I'm lazy and I don't want to walk around the woods. It's because when I'm trapping coyotes and those kind of critters, I want to have easy access to the places I'm trapping because I can get a lot more traps out. The more traps I have out, the better chance I'm going to catch some coyotes, right? Things to look for when you're out there looking. If you're wanting to trap beaver, obviously you got to go to where beaver are. And if there is beaver in an area, you're going to see. They're going to leave their signs. So that's one of the easier things about going after beaver. Mink, muskrats, check underneath your culverts. Look for their sign. Look for their tracks. Everybody's seems to get very stressed out about is that coyote scat or fox scat. I don't worry about that too much. Obviously coyote scat's bigger than fox scat, but they're both a target for me, so I'm going to set traps in that area. Remember, coyotes, dogs in general, they're a social animal. If you take your dog to a park, you're going to watch it go around, smell things. It's going to pee in the same areas that other ones have peed. So don't let this be beneath you, but if you're going out looking for scat, maybe take something to collect that scat with, because it makes it, I thought it was a coyote and that was a cow. It makes a great thing to add to your set. It makes it look a lot more realistic, and it's going to give that coyote or fox a better, and bobcat, they're going to want to walk up to it. Sign. When people say set on sign, that's exactly what it means. I wish it was as easy as going out and putting a trap at the corner of every single fence where a field meets the woods. I wish it was that easy, but it doesn't always work. You could go do that. You could go through a bunch of traps out and you may get lucky. Maybe you're in an area where there's a lot of coyotes and you're definitely going to get lucky. But in my area, you got to look for them. You got to know where they're at. Their patterns change, because if you catch a couple of them or a handful of them in a certain area, those might be the only ones that are running through that area, and you might go a year or two where there's not too many coming through. If you're in an area where it's really heavy population, you're going to trap some coyotes and trap them out of there, but the next year it's going to refill. There's a couple farms that I trap that are like that. It just seems like they always have coyotes. Another a great thing to do if you're a cable restraint guy, if you see power lines, especially fresh cut power lines, the trails that cut across them, so perpendicular across the power lines, great trails to look for tracks for coyotes to set up those cable restraints, especially with that fresh cut. It seems like it really narrows them down to certain areas. I've had great success catching coyotes in that way. Once again, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this is helpful, just kind of a comprehensive guide on what's out there, what you're looking for when you're scouting. A lot of people spend a lot of time scouting for deer. They'll check for buck rubs, walk miles, look for sheds, look for scat, trails, put out doe wicks. If you want to be successful at trapping or really anything outdoors, you got to scout. God bless, tight chains, and I'll see you on the next one.